What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Josh, and I'm here back with another video. In this video we're going to be doing like a drop fade and cutting his hair down to a number 2 guard. So let's hop right into it. So right now I'm just going to be combing through his hair, lifting his hair up off the scalp, as you guys know that we always do, just so we can lift the hair up so the guard can catch it, because with the hair laying down, the guard is just going to fly right over it with no length to cut. So right here I have my number 2 guard on, and we're going to go with the grain with the clipper all the way closed. And from when I combed his hair out, I combed his hair into the pattern that it grows. So when you comb it, it shows the direction, and once you start cut in the same direction that you combed it, because it'll leave you with no errors for like gapping him or cutting it too low in certain spots where it shouldn't be. So to start off this fade, we're going to be creating our first guideline, which is going to be our bald line, and we're going to be using the Babyliss Gold Skeleton FX trimmers. And as you can see, we're doing a drop fade, so I'm going to drop it down low in the back under the occipital bone, and I'm just going to bring it back up around the sides, and this is going to be our first guideline, and we're going to follow this guideline throughout the whole haircut. So right now I have my clippers, and I flipped them the other way. The first time when we went across putting in the guideline, we put in a harsh guideline going back behind the line with the clipper flipped upside down. It softens the line, so it'll be easier to take it out when doing transition. So our next step in this fade is to create our next guideline, which will be with the clipper all the way open. I'm using my Wahl cordless seniors. I have my clipper all the way open, and I'm going up about 1/2 inch, and I'm following the same exact guideline as we created first. Everything is parallel, and you want the width of the guideline to be even from the right side of the head all the way to the left side, so you can have an evenly balanced fade at the end. So now that we've made 2 guidelines, we have a guideline that we have to take out now. So the guideline that we're taking out is the first initial guideline that we made, which was the bald line with the skeleton trimmers. So right now I have my cordless Wahl seniors with the clipper halfway open, and we're just going to be working on taking this line out. And like I always tell you guys, when taking out guidelines, you want to start under the line and flick up to the line. So that's what you see me doing now, and you might see me opening and closing the clipper. That's just to be on the safe side, so I don't push the fade up too high. So I'll let you guys watch. So as you can see, we're done taking that line out. Our next step is going to be with our Wahl cordless seniors with the number 1 guard on, and I'm going to start my next guideline with the clipper all the way open. I could have started it with it all the way closed, but starting with the clipper all the way open, it leaves room to keep the fade darker, and I'm going to be fading down. So right now I have my number 1 guard with it all the way open, going up about 1/2 inch. So after setting in our next guideline with the clipper all the way open, right now I have my cordless Wahl seniors with the number 1 guard, and this time I have it with it all the way closed. And with me having it all the way closed, I just drop down a little bit lower, and I start to work on that line that we created with our no guard open. So now we're going to be fading that line out, but I'm going to be doing it walking down. So after I did the number 1 guard, I came back with my half guard on working on that same line, and we're just going to come right behind that number 1 guard closed, and we're going to start from under the line and flick up to the line, fading this line out. So now that we're done taking out that guideline, I'm going to be setting in a new guideline with my number 2 guard with the clipper all the way open. And this is going to be the biggest guard that we use in this fade. And this is going to be the last guideline that we create. So right now I'm just going to be fixing the sides to blend in with the top. And as I went around the head with the number 2 guard, I came back with the number 2 guard closed and dropped down a little bit lower, just so I can come back with my 1.5 guard open and fade right into it. And right now we're still doing our fading down technique. So after I do my 1.5 guard open and fade into the number 2, I'm going to do my 1.5 guard closed and fade right into the 1.5 guard open. So this is just my process of fading down. So after I go across the head with my number 1 guard closed, I come back with my 1 guard open to just do some detailed cleanup work. So right now I'm just going to let you guys watch and see what I do as far as my detail work until the next step. So as you guys know, I went up with my 2 guard all the way open to blend into the top. That created a slight guideline for me to come back and do clipper over comb just to finish off that fade. So right now I'm doing clipper over comb just to blend the sides into the top. So a lot of people say that they have a hard time blending their sides with the top. Clipper over comb is a good effective way to do it easier without using guards, because guards might push your fade up too high. So now that we're done with most of our fading, we're gonna go into his hairline. And I wanna show you guys something. He has a lot of hair on his forehead. So when I do a shape up, I don't want you guys to think that I'm pushing him back. His natural hairline, as you can see, is like almost an inch back. So we're just gonna be shaping up but leaving most of it on the front of his hairline. A lot of people think that they're getting pushed back during this process, but a lot of times this is the issue. They have a lot of hangover. So for his lineup, I'm going to be using my Babyliss Gold Effect Skeleton trimmers, the same trimmers we used to set in his bald guideline. And I'm just going to let you guys sit and watch as I'm shaping him up. So I just wanted to pop in to give you guys a little tip. Whenever you're doing somebody's shape up, you want to always continue to brush the hairline, even though after you've already set in your lineup, because a lot of times you do your first lineup, you're never done with a lineup going over it one time, because if you brush it, as you can see on the sides when I brushed it, you see a lot of new hairs pop out, and you want to make sure that you get every single one of those little hairs. It'll just make your lineups last longer and look better. So now that we're done with his lineup, we're going to go back into the fade and do some detail work, because a lot of times when you do somebody's shape up, a lot of times it brings out your imperfections in your fades. I don't know if you guys ever realized that. Drop in the comments if you've ever experienced this thing to confirm that it is true. I recognize it a lot of times in my work. Every time I do a lineup, it just brings out the imperfections in your fade. So right now, as you've seen, I pointed to the dark spot that we're going to be taking out. So I'm going to do this all the way across the head, pointing out areas that needs to be faded more or blended in more that are dark. And you do not want to have any dark lines inside of your fades, just because it makes your fade not look like a fade. You want your fade to be as like clean as you can get them, you know what I mean? Like flawless, you can't see where it ends or start. A lot of people, you're not going to have the perfect fade. It depends on the person's hair texture, but there is steps to get your fades to where they want to be, to make them look better and to make them look almost perfect. And guys, this is why detailing your work is so important. I know you guys hear a lot of barbers talk about taking that extra time to do detail work. This is where your work really shows up, when you do the detail work. If you guys want to see a difference in your work, I promise you, detailing is the best. So YouTube, I'm going to be giving my guy a design, the infamous cross that sits in like the back corner of the head. I know you guys are familiar with this. A lot of people have got it, all over social media and everything. So after setting in my design, I'm going to go in with my Easy Blade products to make it pop some more, using my Easy Blade razor holder equipped with my Easy Blade blades and my Easy Blade shaving gel, as you see right here. These are some good products, and it is the perfect combination to make your work pop, to make any lines look even cleaner. If you guys are interested in shopping with them, I'm going to have their link in my description. Also, I'm going to list my coupon code so you guys can receive 10% off and free shipping on your entire order. So right now I'm going to be applying a little bit more shaving gel. I didn't put enough the first time, but as you guys have been watching, I have been cleaning up this design with this razor, and it just made it pop and it made the design stand out even more. As you guys can see, it came out super clean. The power of a razor and some shaving gel can just take your work to a whole nother level. That's why a lot of people that you guys may look up to, you know what I'm saying, on social media as far as barbers, they take the extra steps, you know, they do the extra things to make their work, you know, stand out. So these are little things that people do that make their lines and their designs or fades, you know, to look, you know, to take them to another level. So I just want to introduce to you guys like a lot of, you know, tips and tricks on how to become the best barber that you can be. So we're mostly done with this haircut. I'm just gonna go across the hairline with my Easy Blade razor just to sharpen up all the lines to make it look more crispier. So I'll let you guys sit and watch. So to finish off this haircut, I'm gonna go in with my Hanzo thinning shears with my comb, and I'm just gonna go in and thin out the side of the fade to, you know, make it not so harsh, to make the blend look even better. And this is just gonna make your work, this is like another step of detailing. So this is just a way where I clean up my work to make it look more flawless, to make everything transition well. So this is a good tip when cutting straight hair clients or people with this texture of hair. So YouTube, you've seen it before your own eyes. This is the cut. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video please, and leave a comment. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at JoshXBarber as seen on the top of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more and turn those notification bells on. It's your boy Josh, and I'm out.